Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Higher Level Podcast. So we've got a busy couch as always tonight. Joined me on the show tonight, we've got Chris Morris up here doing a bit of training in Scotland, and we've obviously got Calum Murrie on as well. So got some fights to talk about. Obviously, Calum, you're after what I would imagine has been a pretty long year, the road to back. You've got a fight with Bellator against Dylan Logan. So first of all, tell us, when did you find out you were getting a fight on Bellator Dublin?
5 days ago.
5 days ago. Was it just what was the situation? Because you were with the EFC. I know there's been some struggles over there.
So basically, the past, what was it, year and 3 months?
Aye.
Since I fought for the EFC world title. Obviously in that fight, I took a bad injury, the broken arm. And then after that, it was like, once I got back, they said to me, obviously I went to the hospital, they said, let's let this heal up naturally. It'll be better for you if we can let it heal naturally. So I left it like 3 months of it healing naturally, and then I went back in and they said, look, it's kind of healed in the wrong place. You know what I mean? I think because they went from a full cast from the shoulder right to the wrist to then a half cast for the elbow and then another half cast. So we went through 3 different casts. And then at the end of it, they says, oh, it's not healed correctly. I'm like, for fuck's sake, you know what I mean? You could have told me that a while ago. So then what they said was, let's leave it again. Let's put another cast, get another 6 weeks. And I was like, at this point, I couldn't work. I'm a self-employed joiner. I can't swing a hammer. I'm right-handed. So I was like, look, I said, nah, fuck, we need to do something about this now. You know what I mean? Like, I can't afford to be hanging about waiting, hoping it heals in the right place. So then, so basically they cut it open, fucking operated on, put a plate, you see, right from the wrist all the way to the elbow, plated it and put 7 pins in it as well, titanium plate. So and then I had to wait another 3 months on that healing and shit. So I mean, it's been about, I think I was a good 6 months anyway recovery before I could even throw a punch again. I just had to sort of build it back up gradually. So obviously, I was out. I couldn't do nothing for 6-7 months, and then I sort of just kind of got back into it. And then I had this sort of things going on as well, personal stuff like split with the wife and stuff like that. Just kind of been in a bad place for a little while, but yeah, I've got back everything again. I'm back. I've got the buzz back again, and I just wanted to fight again.
Do you think as well? It's obviously that's a side you don't see all the time as well. It affects your fight career, but like you say, you're a joiner, you've got kids, you've got that stuff, and you literally can't work, so there is no income because obviously making money as a fighter's usually you need to subsidise that by actually going out there and working. So the impact that must have had as well, just the financial loss for that time.
To be fair to EFC, their insurance company covered me, which was excellent. Like if it was a local UK promotion, I wouldn't have been covered. I'd have been fucked basically. EFC were putting money in my bank every month to keep me going, so credit to them for that. Like they properly helped me out with that.
I see that's because there's no many you would get that way.
There's not a lot of promotions that are a class promotion. Even be a part of that. Even like when I told them literally 3 days ago, I says 3-4 days ago, I says, look, I've got an opportunity for a fight in Bellator. Because it was a 6-fight deal I had with UFC, so I'm still under contract with them. And then I messaged Graham Cartmel. I says, look, basically I've been offered a fight on Bellator, can I get out my contract? And he was like, just right away, congratulations, again, there's your release form from us. Also there's your MRI scans, your MRA scan, like all my results for that, so that I don't have to pay Bellator. I still need to get my MRI, but I don't have to pay for my MRA. That's still in date. I think the MRI only lasts a year, but the MRA lasts a couple of years. So that just helps you out. Obviously, you need to deal with safe MMA. Obviously,
and stuff like
exactly. I've got because basically, obviously, when they've said to me, right, you fight on Bellator, but it's like now we need to get bloods done, your Hep B, Hep C, your AIDS, your HIV. You need to get an eye test, a pupil dilation test, a hearing test, and you get brain scans. You get full body MRI, and I've got to pay for all that myself. So obviously, it's expensive, man, but it's going to pay. It'll pay off in the long run. It's like it's one sort of expense I pay now. But then all I need is go out here and beat this guy in a couple of weeks' time, and then try and get a contract with Bellator and
that's it. And
make some money.
I think obviously if everything you said happened with the arm and all that, and has that then just made you appreciate the fight career when you've got it back and
big time,
just get that light of fire under you then?
Nah, definitely. It keeps me. It's 10 years since I made my debut in MMA. 2010 since I fought in MMA. So that's what I've done for the past decade. And then the past year, just through the injury, through other stuff that went on in the past year, it's just been a nightmare. And it makes you appreciate actually how much MMA has got an influence on my life, martial arts in general. Just getting your head back in the game, back, just a lot healthier way of living, eating clean again, training hard every night, and genuinely makes you feel so much better about yourself.
Yeah, and I guess it gives you, after coming off such a bad year, gives you a chance to just start this year, 2020, get in there, try and get a win. And it's Dublin you're fighting in as well. Obviously, Dublin is known for having really good crowds and good atmosphere, so I'm assuming that's something you're going to really enjoy as well, just getting to walk out there.
Oh, aye. The boy's he's an SPG guy as well, so fighting him in his hometown sort of thing is going to be awesome. Like, I mean, I says to James, basically, I just want to get back out fighting again. He messaged me. He said, can you make weight for 4 weeks' time? Get a French guy in on top. He messaged me this last Thursday. I was like, right, let's do it. He says, can you make weight in 4 weeks? I says, I'll make it. And literally an hour later, he messaged me about it again, saying, scrap that. Can you make weight in 3 weeks' time? The Bellator in Dublin. And I was like, a bit of a jump there. I was like, I definitely can. So
I mean,
it's a good opportunity.
Don't get me wrong, On Top is a fantastic show. I love the guys that run it, and I think it does brilliant things up here in Scotland for Scottish MMA. But when you get a big show like EFC and then you need to come back down into regional, so that must have been a bit of a fair jump for you, thinking, right, I'm going On Top, which is a great show. I don't want to sound like I'm disrespecting the show at all. I love the show, but then if you go to that, take on Bellator Dublin, it's kind of where you need to be at this point in your career, eh?
Basically, I mean, like, 'cause obviously going even from ACB, fighting on ACB and the SSE Hydro to EFC, have my last 3 fights out in South Africa. It's been like big shows, and then obviously because I've been out for over a year, I thought I'll just take a fight on any show. You know, I was literally fought on any show in the UK. I'd have fought in a minors club and anywhere in Allo, you know what I mean? I'd have fought anyway just to kind of get back in there, get the feel for it again, and then look to get back onto a big show again. But obviously this is just game, so I'm not going to turn it down.
So is it just for you then, is sort of leading up to the show, I take it, where's your weight and stuff like that? Is it going to be a comfortable cut? Or you? And I'm assuming you're away for the WeightWatchers while you're cutting. I've heard the stories about that. I couldn't believe it when I heard that. I'm assuming you're a bit more scientific now, or are you still doing that route?
I still like the WeightWatchers, to be honest with you. It's never let me down yet, so it does alright for me. I always make the weight, to be honest with you. The WeightWatchers, you know what? Like it was obviously when you're on the diet and you can't eat what you want to eat, so you get mad cravings and stuff. So I always used to see I actually used to go into farm foods and you'd get like 5 for £5. Came with the meals, they were like $1.50 each or 5 for £5. You know what I mean? And it was like chicken curry, chili con carne, sweet and sour chicken, and they're only like 300 calories in each meal. And I was literally getting one for my lunch and one for my dinner. And it's killing my craving, basically, because I'm getting a chicken curry at the end of the day, and I was like taking little forkfuls just to make it last longer. Delicious, really good. Heinz WeightWatchers.
So what we're saying to the haters out there, don't knock it till you've tried it. WeightWatchers, don't knock it till you've tried it. You're listening, George Lockhart. But so in terms of like making the weight and that, is that something you'll be fine, relatively comfortable with? It's not going to be an issue or anything?
Maybe a kilo or two more than what I would usually be at this point, but it's nothing. I'm 74 now. 8 kilos out.
See with the weight as well, obviously it's the part a lot of fighters hate most is that. Do you feel that's it's maybe can be a mental struggle than anything else, just putting yourself through to get that weight down and stuff like that?
It's definitely mentally challenging, but it's something that you've got to do. You know what I mean? I've never ever missed the weight. I've never missed it. And it's like, if you do miss weight, it looks bad in yourself, it looks bad in your team, it looks bad in your coaches, it's just, and then you're getting your percentage of your purse taken off you, you're letting your opponent down, you're letting the show down. It's just something that I would
never happen.
No, it's not going to happen.
Brilliant. And obviously sitting next to you, we've got Chris Morris up here training. So how long have you been up so far, Chris?
This is my fourth week. Yeah.
So how's it been up here training? You're obviously away for your usual social life, all that stuff. So everything's just you're living in a gym, and how's that been for you?
It's definitely a change, but not gonna lie, I'm loving it. I like the focus and the structure. You know, the ability to train twice a day consistently. I really enjoy that.
Does it kind of feel like because you're away from any outside influence and that, it's like you're zoned in and it feels like you're just a really professional approach, just been up here.
Yeah.
Not yourself, obviously, you've got all the guys in the gym that you can punch in the face or they can punch you in the face on a daily basis. So far so good then?
Yeah, the focus has been much better on this one than my previous 3. So that's helped me a lot.
And for you, how daunting was it coming in to a new gym? So new guys, and it's guys you're not used to training with, stuff like that.
Quite nerve-wracking, but then like the moment I got here, I've not had any issues. Like I spoke to James and that he welcomed me with open arms and then helped me through it all. So can't complain at all, really. It's been a really easy process.
And at the moment you're 3-0 as an amateur.
Yeah.
So when did you actually start training mixed martial arts?
2 years ago from this month. Yeah, when I was 17. And then yeah.
So what was it that got you in the gym? Was it just to be a fan? And
well, I trained it before when I was in high school, before my GCSEs, but then I was doing my mocks, so I only trained for like a month and a bit. But I enjoyed it then, but I had to stop because my GCSEs were coming up, and I kind of forgot about it. And then my mate started it, probably 2 years ago, and then he asked me to come down, and I did, and then I've not been away from it since.
Just loved it since. You're talking about exams and that. I'm starting to feel older by the minute. And you're fighting in the UK Fighting Championship. You're fighting Hassan Hussein. Sorry, I almost messed that one up. So you're going to fight him then. How do you know much about him or anything like that?
I just know he's from Blackburn Predators. I sparred one of his teammates before, but apart from that, no, I've not watched any of his fights. Doesn't really interest me. Cause if I watch their fights, then focus too much on what they're going to do. So I just do my thing. And
is that just something a lot of fighters do that? They'll watch. Some fighters obsess about it, but I seem to be a lot of fighters will just leave that to the coaches. Maybe watch a wee bit and just worry about yourself.
Just lets you focus on what your game plan is and not constantly worrying about what they're doing. Yeah. So I think that's better interpretation of the fight as well, because it means that I'm not waiting for him. Do you know what I mean? So it just means that I can set the pace. Yeah, and with regards to you obviously being so early in your career, this is usually a stage where you probably attest to this, Calum, where you make the big jumps between fight to fight improvements. Is that something you feel that's happening to you at the moment in your development? You're improving every time and doing stuff like this, I'm sure, is helping as well. Definitely after each of my fight, it's definitely I've seen the improvement between each one, and hopefully this one would just be as good. In regards to the show itself, UK Fighting Championships, you fought in the show before. How much do you enjoy fighting in that show? Oh, it was awesome. Right in Preston. So I had a good amount of support in there, especially considering my first 2 were in Manchester. Yeah. So most of my mates couldn't at the time. But on this one, because it's in Preston, my hometown, so it was awesome. I'm assuming most of your mates couldn't drive at the time. No, they couldn't. Unfortunately not. So what was that like for you then? See, obviously fighting in Manchester a couple of times, then going fighting in your hometown, so obviously all your friends are there. But did you feel a difference in the pressure, obviously, with all your mates and people that you know there to watch you? It was definitely a different impression, yeah. But I kind of enjoyed it because it allowed me to focus more, because obviously you want to build yourself up, and I felt that pressure helped me do that. It helped me train better and just harder. I suppose it's one of them. You don't want to look bad or in front of your pals or that, because your mates can be a bit ruthless at times. So you've been up here 4 weeks, so you've got 2 weeks left to go, and then when you go back down, is it just straight back into training when you're back down the road as well? Yeah, but just not as much. I'll be lowering it. Like, I won't be sparring or anything. Just making sure that I'm injury free, and then just obviously focusing on the weight as well. So at that point, is that what it is? It's just about keeping everything sharp and removing the risky injury as much as you can anyway. Definitely. And then in terms of weight, what is it you're doing to make your weight? What approach have you got? Well, usually about a month before the fight, I'll cut out all like the sweets and just the bad stuff basically, and I'll just I'll have like a porridge in the morning, make sure that's the thing, and so that means that I don't have to like buy crappy cereal. That's shit for the weight. Like golden nuggets for me is That was good. Oh, mate.
Well, listen, Calum's just dropped a couple of gems on here. You want to speak to him off camera?
I mean, I might have to go to that WeightWatchers idea. That sounds like a good one.
Hey, 5 for a fiver, that's not too bad at all. So obviously getting into this fight I take it have you got a plan going forward? What is it you're looking to achieve over the next couple of years with your amateur career before, I'm assuming, looking to go pro?
Yeah, definitely. For this year, I set a goal as 5 fights for this year. And I mean, I've got a holiday in June, so I'm trying to have 3 before that. Aye. And then probably 2 after, or if I can 3, just as much as I can. And just like,
it's a busy year.
Yeah,
that's what you want, man.
I just want to constantly be busy, like, because I feel like if I take a long period off, then I get lazy. I just get lazy with mindset and training. It's
especially amateur as well. It's all experience. You know what I mean? You go out and just fight. As many see guys like back sort of 6-7 years ago, guys were having sort of 6 or 7 amateur fights, then turning pro, if that. Now you see guys with records like fucking 15-5 and like 20-25 amateur fights and stuff. And you know, and it's like going into I mean, some of these MAF and stuff like that, they're still counting as you can be fighting 3-4 times in a week in the European Championships and stuff like that. And they're all still obviously individual fights. They're all going down your record. So you see now guys like one guy I fought, Scott Pedersen, he's still fighting at amateur, I think, but he was like, I'm sure he's had 20 odd amateur fights and stuff, but I suppose it's well preparing you for the pro ranks, like, and it's all experience, really, like.
I think as well. I think sometimes we get too caught up in records and stuff like amateur. Because I honestly don't think. I think, see, as soon as you turn pro, folk forget your amateur record. Yeah. James said something to me that I thought, that's exactly how you should approach your amateur career. What he's talking about with Coonley. He's trying to get Coonley a different type of guy every fight. So basically, through your amateur career, you're wanting to fight a guy that's maybe strong in the stand-up, that's his specialty, or a guy that's strength as the ground, or getting the different looks all the time as well. I would imagine that's, even at your losses, you're going to learn a lot before you go pro. But I think definitely at amateur, I don't think the record means, but I know to guys it does. You want your record to be really good in that, but it's about what you learn in the amateur ranks. Right. And sometimes I don't know if you would agree with this. I'm not sure if you would either, Chris. Maybe sometimes it takes a wee bit of pressure off. See, losing at amateur, it takes that pressure off. So you know what the feeling's like. I'm not saying you should go and lose a fight or that, but you know what I mean. It takes that pressure off you, and sometimes that feeling of losing a fight.
Just knowing how to deal with a loss. Really, some guys really struggle to deal with a loss, and a lot of guys they'll rack up 5-6 wins, then lose, and then you just never see them again. You know what I mean? It's like, if you get beat, especially in amateurs, you jump back on it and you win your next 3 again. You know what I mean? It's like, just keep going and realise why you lost, and like, all right, I got beat maybe through cage work. Maybe my cage work's not the best. Maybe you've got good jiu-jitsu, good stand-up, but your cage wrestling's not as great. Or maybe you got beat in the striking, so it's like it's just a learning curve, obviously, amateur. Like, that's for me anyway. That's what I think. I got beat 3 times at amateur. 12-3 I was.
But again, it prepares you for what you need to. You need to, because you don't want to be perfect through record wise, and then you do get to a level where you go on a big show, and then suddenly you're in out your depth against something you've never faced before, or fought before. So I guess you're better getting all that out early, and because as it is, I mean, MMA is very, very difficult to be undefeated, because there's so many variables involved, and you could zig when you should have zagged, and that could be the end of that night.
I think it's a good idea taking tough fights at amateur as well.
Aye.
You know what I mean? You see a lot of guys try to pad their record through amateurs and stuff like that as well. It's like, what's the point? You know, it's like, just take all the fights you can and get all the experience you can, really. You know what I mean?
And what's your sort of thought process in this, Chris, in terms of guys you're fighting? Are you looking to get different challenges each fight? Or you you're looking to just test yourself and make sure that this part of your game is where it should be?
Yeah, after this one, because obviously I'm starting to look towards titles and that. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not saying I want a title straight after this one, but I definitely want something that will, I'm not saying that this guy won't give me a challenge, but something that will bring it to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, proper make me challenge me and just make me work through it.
I just put you in a deep water type situation where it's a sink or swim. I guess it's a question you're asking yourself as well. You need to know that you can go through that fire, or that you can rise to the challenge when you're in there.
Like the past 3, I haven't really felt that. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel it in sometimes in the training, definitely. But apart from, like, no offense to them, but like, hopefully this guy brings it. I definitely want to challenge something that allows me to grow. To fire.
Yeah, that's it. And obviously you're 18, so you've got everything's in front of you. You've got nothing but at the moment time. So I guess, is there, in your mindset, is it a case of trying to learn everything you can at the amateur level before going pro? Or I'm assuming there's no rush to go pro at the moment?
Not really, no. Well, I set a goal is by the time I'm 25, but between that time I just want to be as busy as possible. Yeah. Like, obviously if I can get 25s in that time, then I'm going to do it. Yeah. But yeah, definitely the experience, because obviously I just want to go into professional as prepared as I can. Yeah. Basically, so that I can get the best opportunities.
And what time did you, 10 years ago, so what age were you when you started training? Was it early 20s?
I started Taekwondo when I was 19.
Aye.
13 years ago. I had my first MMA fight 10 years ago.
Aye.
So now I fought amateur for... So I think I turned pro 4 years ago, so 6 years for amateur.
And then you've obviously built up a lot of accolades with MMA as well. First 10th Planet black belt in Scotland as well. I mean, that must have felt good. The UK, sorry, that must have felt good.
It was class, man. It was really good. That's been 9 years. I've been going out to California for basically every year, training with the guys out at Corona, Jeremy Fields and Sean Bollinger, going out there. And I was basically doing what Chris is doing just now. I went down to Grimsby when there was only one 10th Planet gym in the UK.
Yeah.
It was the only 10th Planet place to train in UK. And it was actually Mop that told me years ago, he says, if you want to train jiu-jitsu, get to this 10th Planet. This is like, he didn't even know much about it. Knew it was Eddie Bravo, this mad American that was fucking giving moves funky names and doing all this fucking mad flexible shit. So I was like, let's try it. And then I did what Chris did, and I went down to Grimsby and just stayed there for 4 weeks. I stayed there for, obviously Chris was doing 6, but I just stayed for 4, just trained down there. And we did like a week on rubber guard, a week on lockdown, a week on twister side, a guy called Simon Cox. And then Sean Bollinger, he was like Eddie Bravo's second black belt. Yep. He came over to UK to do seminars in Birmingham, Salisbury, Essex and stuff. I managed to get in touch with him and ended up staying at the same digs he was staying at to do the seminars. And I ended up having a beer with him. So we ended up having a drink, having a laugh, and then he just invited me over he says, come out and stay with me in California if you want. Tracy, he had his own place, his own gym. He says, just crash out there. So I ended up going out to Riverside, 10th Planet Riverside, trained out there for 3 weeks, just slept on the mat, just had a blow up. Kind of, we didn't have the luxury that Chris has got, having a bed and a wee room and everything. I would nip up to Walmart and I'd bought a blow up mattress, and there's one of the inflatable mattresses, and I just used to fucking chuck it on the mat at night and sleep, and then you'd wake up in the morning, there'd be fucking 7 in the morning, there'd be guys hitting pads and shit, and I'm looking at my clock, it's 7 in the morning, what the fuck, guys, you know what I mean? And then but it was class, man. It was amazing. It was obviously the 10th Planet stuff's a bit different from all the typical sort of Gracie jiu-jitsu, like going out to Brazil where it's all very disciplined, and like these guys are fucking smoking weed next to the mat, rap music playing, and they're all fucking bearing bolo and around the place. Like,
I mean, it's more MMA orientated as well, isn't it? It's more sort of it's more based on, that's what Eddie Bravo sort of developed it for.
That's a clinch style, really, a clinch no-gi style developed for MMA. That's what it was. That's what it was initially for. And obviously now there's a lot of 10th Planet guys are doing well in the jiu-jitsu scene and stuff, like Gio Martinez, Boogeyman, and there's a lot of good guys that are doing well in the World Championships and stuff like that. Jeremiah Vance, and there's a lot of good killers now in the 10th Planet system. So.
And what was it? I was obviously saying to Chris what it was like coming up here. Was it when you went out to California? What was that like for you? Was it quite daunting?
No, it was mental. It was class. I just fucking I literally just went out. He said to me that he gave me that chance. He said, "Yeah, ever you want to come out, just come out and stay in the gym." And basically, so I was like, "Yeah, I'll take you up on that." And I basically hit him up on Facebook. Is that offer still there? Is he, yeah, man, anytime you want. And I was like, right. And I was kind of like, was wanting I just said, right, fuck it, I just booked flights. I booked my flights and away I went. And then that was it. And then I just fucking loved it. So I went back the following year. And then the third year I said, right, I'm going to do 3 months this time. So I went out there for 3 months. I did 2.5 months. My dad took Nobel, so I had to come home. But after 2.5 months out there, just sleeping on the mat and training every day, exact same as what Chris is doing just now. It was class. So then obviously went through the belts out there, and then got black belt this year, which I wasn't expecting at all, to be honest with you.
Where does that rank in your achievements in mixed martial arts? So obviously, is that right up there? That must be a massive achievement for you.
Aye, I mean, I never set out to. When I started MMA, I just wanted to basically go out and have an amateur fight. That's all I wanted to do. And then it was like, and then I won that fight, and then I was like, fuck it, right now I want to win an amateur belt. And then I won an amateur belt, and I was want to have a pro fight, and then I want to run a pro belt. I want to fight in a big organisation. It just kind of kept evolving basically every time. Like my goal just got bigger.
Aye.
So I'm just seeing where the journey takes me, really, just whatever happens.
That seems like because sometimes I interview guys and speak to guys and they're talking about UFC and stuff like that right off the bat, and it seems like a more attainable thing to set yourself a goal, achieve the goal, then up at everything, rather than looking away
That's
up
right.
here,
Definitely.
looking away past. Sometimes it seems like the sensible thing to do is just set yourself small goals, achievable goals, and continually
another one.
And just continue to progress.
The majority of guys see that just start and they say, I'm going to be in UFC and that. The majority of them are dreamers. You do get the occasional guy. You do get the exceptions, like Conor McGregor and stuff. Like you see him, like when you see him in his interviews, and he's like, "Yeah, I will be UFC champion." And it's like, and it was just like an 18-year-old lad or whatever, you know what I mean? Then he actually did. Like you do get guys that are proper dedicated, but the majority of people that say like they've trained for a couple of months and like, yeah, I'm going to be in the UFC and that, and then like 6 months later they're falling about the streets pissed, fucking, you know what I mean? Like just full of shit, and you're like, oh, what happened to training? Yeah, I'll be back next month, man. You know what I mean?
UFC,
I hurt my hand and that. Like just majority of people are full of shit, and that's the truth in it.
Do you think there's a part of that as well? Is that folk don't some people just don't understand what it takes just to get to the UFC. Never mind staying in the UFC. I mean, like Stevie Ray's done fantastic the amount of time, how much fights he's had. How difficult it is just to get to the UFC. Do you think that's people just don't understand the amount of commitment it takes and dedication?
Even just to how hard it is just to get up to a good amateur level of fighter. You know what I mean? Like how much dedication it takes. Like it's you've got to be dedicated. You know what I mean?
Because there's certainly temptations all around. You'll probably know about that 18. That's it. Because that's the age usually. Up in Scotland, it's about 14 up here you start drinking. But so that's I think it's women and drink and stuff like that.
And that's what happens. It's not just MMA. Same with football. Same with you hear it all the time. Oh, he could have been a professional football player. He could have been a professional rugby player, whatever. But they see the women, the drink, and whatever else, you know what I mean? That's what happens. But I think it speaks a lot for Chris coming up here 19 year old coming up to Scotland to a gym that he's you know what I mean, like not knowing anyone. He's just literally packed a bag and away he's came up for a training camp. So that's Chris is his actions speak louder than words, you know what I mean? And you'll be, and obviously things have changed a bit as well with young fighters and stuff. I know we like Instagram and Facebook and all that, 'cause it's all about pictures and stuff. But how is that something you find, Chris? There is a lot of temptations for you that can turn your head away from the sport and trying to keep your. Is that a difficult thing? Just try to keep yourself focused and on track.
It's just everywhere, isn't it? That's the problem. That's it. It's everywhere. It's when you put the fight pictures up, mate, and the wee birds start messaging you on Instagram. That's a trap, isn't it? That is a trap. It's a good buzz. It's a good buzz.
That's what they call it, the pussy trap. Isn't it?
Pussy trap. Let's call them pussy traps. It's a trap. They trap you with the pussy. They catch you with the pussy. That's what they do.
Some of these guys, and that's legit, by the way. Some of these guys, you see guys that have trained for even a couple of years and they do well. They go 5-6-0 at amateur. Next minute they post a picture. They've got a new missus. Next minute they've went for 5-6 times a week at the gym to 2-3 times a week at the gym. And where is he? No, he's disappeared. He got caught in the pussy trap. That's legit. That's what happens.
Aye, definitely. But obviously it's But keep yourself focused on other things. And I guess it's like Calum saying there, that setting yourself the goals and knowing what you need to do to get to them. Yeah. And as you're saying there, you've set yourself a goals of fights, and I'm assuming there's other things you've set yourself that you want to achieve.
Yeah, definitely. I want to be be able to look back at my record and think that I'm proud of that. I achieved the stuff that I have, and to be fair, part of it is that I'm actually also looking forward to a loss, because I want to see what it can teach me that I don't know now. Do you know what I mean? And that, I'm open to that.
Because that's the thing. It's a learning experience, isn't it? Because even you're obviously in training, and you speak to us well. You're in training, and then you get that first amateur fight. You've got no idea how you're going to react, how emotionally your body's going to react, and how the nerves are going to be. Can you control the nerves? What was it like? Because it'll be fresh in your mind, that first amateur fight. How were the nerves? Were you constantly running to the toilet?
Well, just before it, it's quite an experience. But to be fair, during because I only took the fight on 2 weeks' notice, my first one, so I didn't actually have that much nerves before it, because I didn't have much time to process it, as I do now. But definitely before, as I was about to walk out, I was thinking, what am I doing? I was like, what have I got myself into? But I enjoy it now. So
I think that's something that you don't ever want to lose, that slight bit of nerves. I mean, for you now, when you're about to fight, what's it like for you? Is there still that tingly butterflies and nerves? And
I used to get really quite nervous, to be honest. Yeah, I did get quite nervous. My first fight was actually against James was in the corner against me. Against SAI, and that was my first fight. And I remember I was 23 and I got proper nervous, and I just coming out, like, because I was fighting in my hometown as well. I got nervous, but I remember, like, even for my first fight on EFC against Boyd Allen, I was thinking he was like 15-3 and I was 3-0.
You're not doing you any favours there, giving him as your first fight.
Exactly.
Fucking hell, Boyd Allen.
It was a very tough fight, but I remember thinking, shit, I'm going to be nervous for this. It's going to be a hard fight. I remember in the change room, like, right, you're up next. This fight, I think there was 2 fights left, and they're like, right, shit, and then that one's like fucking finishes quick. It's like, right, you're up next, Calum, let's go, you ready to go? And I'm like, yeah, and there was no nerves there, and I wasn't nervous. I'm like, shit, something's not right here, you know what I mean? I'm like, I've no nerves. Like, why? I just expected it to be a more nerve-wracking sort of thing than it was, and I wasn't that nervous. And I remember thinking, like, but then that was like after 20 or 22 fights or something at that point. I think I just kind of eventually just got used to it. In the past 4 fights, I tell you what, 4 fights ago was the last time I got nervous. Got nervous against the Luke Odd fight that I made for the Cage British title.
I
got nervous for that, and then after that, the nerves kind of just stopped. It's a bit weird, actually.
I don't know if you'd attested this. It was Kamaru Usman was talking about this. He was talking about nerves, and he's like, you get nervous. He's like, it's about making friends with it and knowing maybe you go to a point where you know what the feeling's like, and you can deal with it, and you're used to it, and you just expect that now. It's part of your routine when you're ready to go out, because you've been in there and fought so many times now.
Maybe but even for this fight, I've actually got a wee bit more nervous. Even just as soon as it got announced, like, James says that to me, I'm like, kind of actually, just because I've been out for a year and 4 months, I'm like, you start like questioning like ring rust and stuff like that, thinking, is that even a thing? You know what I mean? I start digging a wee bit like fuck, like even just that feeling again and stuff. But I'm sure once I'm in there, I'll be. I've never went out and thought to myself, I never performed there. I've never actually had that. Right? If anything, I'm usually the opposite. I'll perform better in fights than what I do in the gym. Some guys will perform better in the gym than what they do in fight. Like, they'll be killers in the gym, and they go out there and
the nerves
the big stage, and it's like, and they don't perform half of what they are capable of performing to. Whereas other guys the same. They're not. The other guys are the opposite. They maybe guys you'll take rounds off it in the gym like constantly, and then they'll go out there on a big stage and like, fuck, you're just an animal, a different animal altogether. So it just depends how. Just really depends. Some guys rise to the occasion, some people fall.
I always wondered with ring rust, because some guy like Dominic Cruz not saying that's not a thing, other guys do. I always wondered, is it maybe just ring rust always been a guy's been away for a while, so is it more you're questioning yourself, am I as good as I was before I get injured or whatever it was happened? Is that maybe? And then I always wondered what ring rust actually was, because you're putting all the work in the gym, I'm assuming you're physically fit, so you've got to think it must be a mental thing that affects guys, isn't it?
Definitely, I think it is. It's got to be. It's like ring rust, I mean, you'd think it would be timing, basically, you know what I mean? Ring rust, does it mean you're going to be half a second slower at slipping shots, or your timing's going to be a slight half second off or whatever? But if you're in the gym putting work in and sparring, then you're not going to have ring rust, you know what I mean? Because you're any rust that's there, rust just comes from a layoff, basically. If you've not been training and you've not fought in a while, and then you jump into a fight, then you're going to be rusty. You know what I mean? But if you've been in the gym putting your work in, sparring, then you're getting rid of that rust. Do that, and you're sharpening back up. Time you go back in, whether you've not fought in a year and a half, whether you've not fought in 2 years, if you've been sparring constantly, you've got rid of that rust in the gym, and you're back sharp again, pit back into the cage. As long as you can perform under the lights and the cameras and stuff, then you're fine, you're good to go.
No, that's it. You know what to be a bit slower when you're slipping shots. If you're sparring with Stevie Ray or Danny Henry, that's going to be a seared night, isn't it? But I suppose it's the unknown as well, because it has been that while. Obviously, you've been a year, but there's guys that have been out for. Some Dominic Cruz, a crazy amount of time.
Is he coming back?
Dominic Cruz is coming back, but remember he was at. Oh God, I apologise. I don't think he speaks British English anyway, but he come back against Misagazi. And Dominic Cruz looked like a fucking killer. And then obviously he fought, I think it was it Kobe as well, but it just didn't work out for him in that fight. But you see some guys coming back and it doesn't seem to affect them, then other guys come back and it does. So you think it's got to be on an individual basis, I would think. It depends on the guy and what you're doing in the gym, I suppose.
I suppose he's got consistent training since like you were saying, if you're training well in between, then that's right. You should be alright.
I suppose one of them, spar hard, fight easy. Yeah,
exactly. That's right.
That's that. And obviously this weekend as well, we've got some big fights coming on. It's kind of went under the radar, this Jones Reyes card, I think, because obviously we had the Conor Cerrone fight, and then obviously in America they did the big Super Bowl stuff, so everyone was like that. So it's this Saturday. John Jones is back in. He's fighting Dominic Reyes. Have you seen much of Dominic Reyes?
I've not actually seen much of him.
He's said some interesting things this week. Now he's got a piston in the left hand. He's got a really good left hand. He is athletic and he moves well. And he's fought some good guys. He's got a good athletic background for American football and never quite made the NFL, and I think wrestling and stuff like that as well. But he said something that I found interesting. He said John Jones has never fought an athlete, and I thought that's what will make him win, his athleticism. I thought, well, John Jones is fairly athletic.
His brothers are in the NFL, aren't they?
He's the size of his brothers. John Jones looks like a wee fucking. That's what they say happens.
I'm sure he's the youngest at the moment.
Yeah, but you know what? That seems to happen a lot. It's a younger brother that becomes a fighter because the big brothers beat the fuck out of him. That's right. Thank fuck my wee brothers never took up training. Fucking big work. So it's obviously the UFC are promoting it as Dominic Reyes is undefeated, which he is, and has he got a chance against John Jones? But I don't know. I just don't see any guy at light heavyweight. I don't see. I know there's all the accusations with Jones with substance abuse and stuff like that. But if you take that all aside and just look at what his abilities are in the cage, even against Santos, it looked to me he was bored and playing about him. There was a route to win that fight quite comfortably.
I don't know why he stood up.
Do you not think there's an element? Jones has beat. And I mean, he's beat a who's who that day. He's beat everybody. He's beat the legends. Do you think at some point he just goes, it's too easy if I do that. Maybe I'll just give myself a wee challenge.
I'm surprised he's not going up for that Daniel Cormier one, heavyweight for the trilogy. I thought that would have been the challenge that he'd want, but
I think he's maybe looking more at Stevie, but then Stipe's out for a while. He's out for like an undisclosed amount of time. It's something to do with his vision or something like that. So
I can't see many heavyweights beating Jones either.
What about Francis Ngannou?
Nah, I can't see it.
Ngannou,
it's hard, but I just don't see him. He's no long. Jones is too long for guys like that. He's so rangy as well, man. And his wrestling's frightening. He's the only person to take Daniel Cormier doing it. He's like,
and then the Gustafsson fight, the first one was an amazing fight, but Jones was out fucking taking cocaine, partying, fucking never. And then
before that,
then the second fight, he come back in and he put the work in, and he just blew Gustafsson away, Reyes they're about the same height, about 6'4". I think, I might be wrong here, but I think Reyes' reach is something like 77 inches, but Jones's reach is something like 85 or 86. He's just wingspan. He's just massive.
Ridiculous.
I cannot be bothered fighting someone like that. I can't imagine.
Well, I don't think you need to worry about into that size yet, unless somebody really doesn't like you and fucks you over in a regional show. I just don't see anybody that could beat Jones. And if it's a Jones turning up, I think Jones has maybe got a wee bit of fire under him for this fight as well. See, because Reyes is undefeated and stuff like that as well. So he's probably looking to take that on. When you look at the rest of the division, I think Johnny Walker, we've sort of seen Johnny Walker if he went against Jones, he's just never near it. And Corey Anderson, who beat Johnny Walker, Corey Anderson's a really good grappler as well, but you look what happened with DC, who for me is probably one of the best wrestlers in MMA.
Yeah, exactly.
It's done it. I think heavyweight is the only place for him to eventually go, and I'd like to see that Ngannou fight. I would, because I don't care who you are. If you're standing across the cage for Ngannou, I mean that's a fucking scary man.
Might go how Stipe did it though. It did not go well for Ngannou on that one. Did it?
Well, Stipe, have you seen the size of Stipe's head? No. It's like a small car. It's fucking massive, man. So he obviously took shots. Now I think though Ngannou obviously then had that fight against Derek Lewis and he looked terrible in it. Lost that fight. He was
nervous, right?
He's had his first loss. I think he was maybe up. He was up his own arse, and I think Ngannou looked better.
The two of them were hesitant there, weren't they?
It wasn't a great fight. Nobody won in that fight. The fans, promotion, the fighters, everybody lost.
It got bigged up beforehand as well, which didn't help because everyone expected a war, but it was
with Derek Lewis. That's obviously what you normally get. You get a war, and then
the two of them just basically knew that if either one of them landed, it was lights out.
You
know what I mean? Ngannou or Derek Lewis both hold that knockout power. And the two of them just seemed really hesitant. Basically, just kind of. It was almost like they sort of appreciated each other's power.
It's heavyweight. It's one of the things. This is where I think it might get interesting for Jones, because heavyweight's one of the ones. It literally just takes. It's not always the best fighter that wins. I mean, if you remember Kane Junior Dos Santos, I think it was the first Fox card. Just one punch, Kane was done.
That's right.
Just a hint of ear, and then obviously Kane come back and absolutely destroyed him. And I think actually took a lot out of Junior Dos Santos going forward. But heavyweight's just that one punch can sort of.
That's it.
Sort of lights out.
Right.
That happened with Stipe as well against DC, didn't it? He just get caught with a good shot.
Who was that?
DC when they knocked out Stipe.
Yeah, that's right. That was just getting into the fight as well, wasn't it? It was just shaping up to be a good fight.
The other thing as well, I think Joe Rogan said this. It was I thought it was interesting. Stipe had come off that, no long off that fight with Ngannou, and he took some heavy shots. So I think what he was saying was he wondered if Stipe's chin just wasn't quite fully recovered for taking the shots off Ngannou.
Right, I remember hearing about that actually.
Is that what messed up his vision?
I don't know specifically. I mean, certainly getting punched in the face off Ngannou isn't going to help you.
No, definitely not.
No, that's certainly it's not going to help you. So Jones Reyes, and you don't see any chance for Reyes?
I can't see a way that Reyes would beat him.
What do you think Valentina Shevchenko? She's at 125 now, the champ. That knockout, was it Katz and Jessica Eye?
Jessica Eye, was it? Nice.
Wow, that was a baseball bat hitting her head.
Yeah,
she's fighting Caitlin Chuk again. I don't see MD at 125.
I can't see that beating Shevchenko.
I just don't see it. I think the only woman that beats Shevchenko probably Nunes. She's obviously 135, 145.
The bantam feather. What is she? Bantam featherweight. Nunes.
So Nunes she's B5, so she's 135, 145. Then obviously Valentina's a 125 champion. One fight though we might see with Valentina.
I'd like to see Nunes and Cyborg, but you're never going to see that now. She's the Bellator.
No, I don't think you will. No, I mean it's good achievement for Cyborg though. She's won 4 belts in 4 organisations. So Strikeforce, Invicta, Bellator, and UFC.
Is it Cyborg?
Cyborg. Nunes for me is she's a go-to women's MMA. I don't think you can argue that with what she's done.
Definitely.
There was another fight. We're talking about Derek Lewis. He's fighting on the card as well. He's fighting Ilir Latifi. He was a light heavyweight. He's moved up to heavyweight, but he's not a tall guy. Latifi, don't get me wrong, he's like I don't know, I think he could drive across his back in a car that's that wide. But would you give him any chance against Lewis, you think? Lewis just too big, too powerful?
I don't know much about the small guys, so
well, Latifi is Swedish, trained out at All Stars. He's got a wrestling background as well. I think his first fight in the UFC was he trained with Gustafsson. Latifi's first fight was against Musasi. Right. But I think Lewis is going to. I think he'll put him to sleep. I think he's just too big and too powerful. I see it. With Derek Lewis, you don't really expect a long fight usually. I mean, especially when his balls heat up that quick when he's that's got to be one of the best post fights ever.
That was funny, wasn't it?
Balls was hot.
My balls were hot.
So just we'll finish on the last couple of things. I wanted to ask you, so this 2020, what's for you, what's the fight you want to see? Maybe it's been booked already. What for you is the biggest fight of this year, or the one you want to see the most in MMA?
I'd like to see. You know what? I always like to watch Conor McGregor fight. I think everyone does, whether you love him or hate him. Everyone wants to watch him, and I'd like to see him against. I'd like to. I don't know. Would I like to see him v Khabib again? I actually would. I think everyone writes him off against Khabib, but you know what? See, if you watch him against Khabib, and obviously in their fight, it wasn't a walkover for Khabib. It was it the second round he stopped him? It was, wasn't it? Second, I'm sure it was.
I thought it was the third. I'm sure it was. Could be wrong, I need to check that. I think it was the third, I might be wrong though.
I don't know, right? Well,
which round he stopped?
Yeah, what round?
I thought it was the fourth.
Oh Christ, for fuck me.
Because he won, because Conor won the third one.
I know I think you're right, by the way.
Fourth round, was it?
Yeah.
I think you're right.
A neck crank.
I'll do a quick check on that now.
Well, because I think a lot of people underestimate Conor's wrestling takedown defense ability. Like even when Khabib was getting in on the single, like Conor was doing a good job of defending. He was doing an excellent job of defending. I think that I would like to see that fight again. I'd like to see Conor Ferguson.
I think Ferguson versus Khabib will be the best one.
That's going to be clear.
Please, fucking if there's MMA gods and exist, do not let Tony Gneer any fucking cabling.
Yeah.
Don't let anything. Keep the two cunts wrapped up and got milk, because I want to see that fight.
That's going to be a good fight.
See, everybody's talking about Khabib Conor. I'm like, that's not walking the park for 8. I mean, Tony's last loss was to Michael Johnson. They broke his arm in that fight.
Yeah.
And that was a fucking long. That was like 17 fights ago. Mm-hmm. Tony's a fucking hard night for anybody.
Definitely.
The guy's insane as well.
I think Tony. He's lost.
He's fucking nuts, but he's brilliant.
I think Tony beats Khabib, by the way.
Do you think?
I think he beats him.
I reckon he beats him in elbows. Me.
Because he can submit him off his back.
You were right with the fourth round with Khabib.
Was it fourth round?
We're older than you, but memories are gone. So that's what it is. But because I think where Tony probably differs from most guys that fight Khabib, I don't think Tony's going to get in there and worry about getting took down.
I think he wants to.
I don't think he cares.
No, I don't think. The only thing I wouldn't be. See, the other thing is where Tony does leave his chin high. Mm-hmm. I mean, he gets cracked a few shots. He takes them well.
But I think the thing with Khabib as well, obviously he clipped Conor in that fight, but you're sort of less worried about probably. He's fought much more dangerous strikers and more powerful strikers, I would say, than Khabib.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Khabib's whole game is to get you done and fucking absolutely smother the life out you and annihilate you.
I don't see him doing that to Tony. I think even Tony off his back, when he uses that his rubber guard and stuff, he'll just elbow their head and off his back.
Aye.
And then once they start taking the elbows, once they start putting their hands out to try and defend, that's when he'll find triangles.
When he gets slippy and he can just
bars, he can dash off his back and all that shit.
His darces fucking hits for
we hit it for bottom side control and shit. We hit a dash choke for bottom side control and that was fucking mad.
I think the other thing we're discounting as well is the good chance they two after that fight fucking won't be capable of fighting for a while. Because you're probably going to, usually in Tony's fights, folk are out for about 6 months after a Tony fight.
Anthony Pettis and Tony Ferguson fight.
Aye.
That was another war, wasn't it?
I think Tony's a really entertaining guy to watch. Totally out there, but I love that about him. Some of the shit he comes about. Mind he was saying to Fabrizio Verdum, I'll ankle pick you.
Is that what he says?
He's like, telling him, I think for Beatslow for doing, I won't repeat what he was saying to him, but he was, the two of them were arguing, and Tony's like, I'll come early and ankle pick you right now. What I think you come at me.
That's mental, man.
He got dropped 3 times in that Pettis one, didn't he?
I mean, Tony gets hit. Tony's he's one of the fighters. He'll take one to give one.
That's right.
And he obviously he likes the elbows, and he really cuts guys up when he fights. I mean, you look at pictures of all his opponents. Don't get me wrong, Tony, because he gets cut up himself, but guys look a bit different when they come out of a Tony fight.
So that's right in that, wasn't it?
Aye.
Oh God, that was nasty.
Aye, Tony's a nightmare for MD, and obviously what you hear from Eddie Bravo and that with regards to his training, cardio is fucking
insane.
Off it. I think that's his strength. He
goes up to Big Bear. That's where he goes, high altitude. He goes up there and he fucking makes his own. He makes his own fucking shelters and shit, and makes his own places to train and that. That's what
they're saying he's training for like 6-7 hours and all that. And it's what you see. If you look through Tony's fights, the first round doesn't always go that well for Tony. But it's that, how big a weight is that cardio? I mean,
it's 100%. It's like you see it with the Diaz brothers as well.
Aye,
cardio is huge.
Aye, absolutely, and it must be.
You can be not as technically gifted as your opponent, but if you've got cardio and you can just put a pace on guys and just keep it going, you know what I mean? Guys will just fucking be, especially if you've got that, especially if you've got a chin and cardio. There's two things together that you just fucking take shots and just keep coming, put a pace on guys. See it. Nick Diaz was a prime example, wasn't he?
Aye, look at that. Mind that first round against Paul Daly. He took Everton and Paul Daly's, and Paul Daly. There must be no worse feeling. I can't speak to this because I've never fought, but there must be no worse feeling for a fighter than being in that cage against another guy who you've hit with Everton, you've got, and you've just got nothing left, and that guy's just smiling and coming, and that must be the worst feeling, I would imagine. I'm assuming part of the training is to make sure you don't get stuck in that situation.
That's right, aye.
So what would you think? What's your fight you want to see then 2020? Is it Khabib Conor or
no? You know what? I'm actually looking forward to the Khabib Tony Ferguson fight. I knew we talked about that. I'm really looking forward to that.
About George Masvidal though.
Masvidal.
Masvidal's fun and stuff. I'm probably going to sound like a wee bit of a hater here. He's had a really good year, but I don't think he stands a chance against Usman, to be honest with you. I think if you look at the fights he's won, I think he fought Till, get dropped. I think Till made some big mistakes in that fight. I think if Till fought a smarter fight and controlled himself, I think Till would have probably been able to, if not, maybe no stop Masvidal. But I think Till would have been able to win that fight.
He dropped in the first round, didn't he?
Aye, and then the Ben Askren fight. I mean, that's out of nowhere. And then obviously,
but Nate.
Listen, Nate is a great fighter. He's entertaining, but I don't think Nate is a top of the heap guy anymore. It's just my opinion. I don't think Nate would stand a chance against the likes of up at welterweight. Bear in mind, Nate's really a 155er, but if Nate had to get in there against the likes of an Usman or even a Covington as well, guys like that, that can strike, that'll get fucking cardio for days and wrestle their arses off. I think there's better. Masvidal, I think, would have been better trying to get that Conor fight. I think it would have been a bigger fight, better for his career, and I think more interest, and I think it stylistically would have been a better fight than aye, and the build up would have been fucking awesome.
Aye, that'd be class.
I mean, Masvidal, he's gone full Scarface, isn't he?
Doesn't take any shit, is he?
Yeah. Aye, that's a good fighter.
That's the thing with the likes of Conor, the way he genuinely can intimidate people before fights is he did it to obviously Jose Aldo and Chad Mendes, and he actually does legit get inside people's heads before, and he can beat them before he. Cause I never really agreed with that. I always thought that's a lot of piss. You can't beat them before you actually can. You've seen it, especially that Jose Aldo fight. You've never seen. I think that's maybe something to do with the steroids as well, with USADA coming on board, because it just didn't look at all the same fighter as the previous fights.
He looked angry. He looked like he fought angry. He looked rushed. Yeah. Sometimes folk forget about that fight, and you're like, no. At the time, Jose Aldo, he was a man.
That's right.
Nobody thought Conor could beat him, and he slept him in
12 seconds or something like that.
Crazy. But I heard again, it was Rogan talking about the Cerrone build up, and Joe Rogan says, I don't think Conor fucked with Cerrone, because I think Conor thought, I can beat this guy, I don't need to play mind games with him. It's a dangerous game, the mind games and all that shit talking though, because it can come back and bite you square in the arse.
That's right.
Did with Khabib, didn't it?
Did with Khabib, did for Colby Covington, even worse for Covington. He ended up with his jaw wired shut.
Is that right? Is that what he had to get done?
Aye, he get his jaw wired shut. Don't get me wrong though, if you take all that bullshit aside that he does and that, Colby Covington's a fucking animal.
Oh, he's a monster.
That guy, for me, they two are the best welterweights in that division. Now, obviously, you've got Leon Edwards and that coming through. He's got a big fight against Tyrone Woodley.
Do you think he has a shot?
What's that?
Leon Edwards? I don't know, man. It's a big jump, isn't it? It's like,
I know, probably everybody down south and that's going to be like, oh, but it depends what Tyrone turns up. See if a prime Tyrone one's up, a hungry Tyrone. Tyrone's no look to it. I think the belt, Tyrone was more worried about losing the belt than actually winning his fights. To me, I don't know if you thought that when you saw him fight. It just looked like he was more concerned about
getting through the fight,
and keeping his belt, because he just didn't look that dangerous guy, and he's got good wrestling. It's a big fight for Leon. I think it'll show everybody exactly if Leon is ready to make that step to the top guys, because it seems to be wrestlers in that division anyway. They're the dominant guys at the moment.
3 wins though. Imagine him, Leon against Masvidal. That would be a good fight.
You've just said the fight I want to see there. That's the fight I want to see. It's probably not going to be the best fight to watch, but I want to see the build up with all the 3-piece and the soda. No, I mean, that shit's right. No, I mean, just I thought that was a bit snaky for Masvidal, because to me it looked like he walked up, cracked him, bolted it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's what it looked like to me anyway. But that's another fun fight. There's a lot of good fights this year. I think Khabib Tony. Just because of what's went on in the past too many times, I think that's for me the fight I really want to see in 2020.
When's that booked for?
It's not that far away.
April, is it?
Aye, somewhat that April, aye. Because then Khabib will get into Ramadan and stuff like that. I think this is Khabib's definitely his toughest test. I don't think we've seen the best Conor McGregor against him. Not to say that even the best Conor McGregor would beat him, but
seeing that press conference, man, I'm sure McGregor was pissed. Like,
oh fuck, aye.
He was, wasn't he? And that was like, what was that, the week before, 4 days before or something like that? It was fucking steaming.
I think he just went a bit too far on that one. I like the shit talking when there's a bit of humour to it. It's not too personal. I like that bit of comedy and that.
Because I think it was the drink. I think he was pissed. I genuinely think he was pissed and that was his mouth.
You obviously hear stories and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Through the MMA community, you hear stuff in that, but for me, Khabib Tony is the one I want to see. And what one would you like to see this year?
Definitely Tony versus Khabib.
100%.
100%.
Well, listen, we'll wrap it up. We'll wrap it in this one, guys. Obviously, Chris, thanks for coming on. Enjoy the rest of your time up at higher level, and obviously, best of luck in UK Fighting Championship. We'll be keeping an eye out for your fight, and obviously, Calum will be watching your fight, and best of luck in Dublin. I'm glad to see you back in there, mate.
Cheers, mate.